everyone doing there tonight? This is Cult Flicks Fix 24, back with a video. Hope everyone's doing well out there. This video is going to be pretty much a thorough review of the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee set from Severin, the Volume 1. It had been sitting on my shelf for a while and I finally got to it. Now that Volume 2 got released, I also picked that up, so I decided just to dig into all these films one after another. So this video is going to be the review and ranking video for Volume 1, and then I'll get to Volume 2 on my next video. So let's get this started, guys. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and let's get this started. It's going to be for the Eurocrypt, Volume 1 of Christopher Lee. Awesome set. So I'm going to go with my least favorite to my favorite out of the set. So I'm going to start off with the Theater Macabre. And this is pretty much Christopher Lee on the intro and outros of episodes. It's a 24 episode segment there that he hosted. And you don't see much of him in this. That was my biggest complaint. And these episodes, I didn't watch them all, to be honest, but I watched a pretty good amount of them. There was some that were hit or miss. I mean, I did enjoy some and some were just pretty bad. So that's why it's last here. And pretty much Christopher Lee doesn't show up in a lot of, like, he's in the intro and outro, like I said, but he doesn't show up. So that's going to be my least favorite here. And actually this will be number 6 because there's 6 films. And this ain't really it's more like a anthology episode type of thing, but I'm going to count it. But yeah, number 6 is the Theater Macabre. At number 5, I'm going to go with Crypt of the Vampire. This one, I did not hate the film, but it had a lot of flaws to it, in my opinion. And the title is very misleading. It does have some vampire elements in it, but this goes in different directions. It's just like all over the place. Because you got like Christopher Lee pretty much. This is actually the film where he plays a good guy, which was rare because he's a villain in every other film. And this one, he's actually the good guy. He's a father of a daughter that he's pretty concerned about. She's getting sick. Her name's Laura, and there's just all this. She's having these nightmares, and they're trying to figure out what happens to her. And it starts off with like a witch, supposedly a witch taking over her body slowly, and then you got it into, it's odd. It goes to like supernatural, then a witch, and then you got vampirism throughout this film. For some reason, it doesn't make up its mind what it wants to be. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. And it's just very odd. It does have like kind of like a giallo type ending to it, but overall was kind of I'd say in a way a little disappointment, but I didn't hate the film. That's why it's at number 5. That's Crypt of the Vampire. And at number 4, I'm going to go with Challenge the Devil. This one is a very bizarre film. It even says in the back that it's bizarre, and it does live up to its name. This one has some odd imagery, and Christopher Lee ain't in this film a lot. I mean, you see him in the first 10 minutes, and then he appears towards the end in the conclusion of this film, but he is effective on the parts he is in this film. And this one's just like a journey into madness. You got like these criminals that are pretty much getting high, drunk, going through everywhere. They end up at this castle, and it's pretty much kind of like a Twilight Zone trip into hell, as they're each taught a lesson. They go through some real bizarre scenes throughout this film, and it leads all of them to really think about what they're doing in life and stuff like that. But yeah, this one's very odd and strange. It is in black and white as well. Christopher Lee looks menacing in this film as well. He plays kind of like a devil character in this. And you got a real bizarre ending, which there's also like a dance scene in this film that's real odd. It just comes out of nowhere and goes way too long, and it is like kind of entertaining, but then it just gets really strange. But yeah, this film, I still enjoyed it, man. So I'm gonna have that number 4, which is Challenge the Devil. Okay, at number 3, we're gonna go with Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace. This one was a kind of a treat to me, man, because I like kind of like murder mystery films, and this has like that. I've always been intrigued by like that Sherlock Holmes character, even though I haven't seen like the newer films. But I think Christopher Lee does a great job playing Sherlock Holmes in this. It does have some cringy comedy in it, but it's a good murder mystery involving like a archaeologist who's corrupt, and he's trying to get this Egyptian chain, and he'll stop at nothing, murder, whatever. And you got Christopher Lee playing Sherlock Holmes. He has his partner Watson. They're on the job to try to figure this out. And I used to watch a show back in the day called Tintin, on Nickelodeon. I know there's an animated film of it, but I used to watch those, and I love the murder mystery stories, and this reminded me a lot of that. And yeah, I believe Christopher Lee was born to play Sherlock Holmes. He does a fantastic job, and I like the whole story wraparound and the crime, and trying to, even though it's not hard to figure out the crime in this one, it's still enjoyable and entertaining. So that is Sherlock Holmes, Deadly Necklace at number 3. We're gonna get into number 2 here, guys, and this is the one I watched last. It's the Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism. This one's pretty cool. This is the only film out of the set that's in color, and I'd say the only one true to the Hammer, well, not true, should I say, closer to the Hammer horror style. Reminded me a lot of Hammer horror. It's probably the closest adaptation to it out of this box set. And you pretty much got this this deranged killer. He's murdered like 12 victims and he's sentenced to death, and he's played by Christopher Lee, and they pretty much take him out in a brutal way. I won't say how, but we fast forward later to the years later, and you got pretty much the ancestors of like the judge that sentenced him and people involved, and they're on this way to this castle, and they end up going in there and getting involved in some pretty how should I say it, torturous situations. And pretty much the living dead corpse rises again of Christopher Lee, and he's out for vengeance, and he's pretty much trying to get this judge and his a love interest, as well as a sidekick who's a priest who turns into you figure out he's a fake priest. He's actually a robber, and they're trying to escape this castle. The thing about this film is the castle setting is excellent, man. You got like these dummies hanging on trees. It looks real terrifying. I thought real awesome atmospheric flow to it, if I could put it like that. But yeah, it's real satisfying. It really reminded me of a Hammer horror film on this one. That's the Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism at number 2. Now we're going to get into number 1, and this is the film that impressed me the most. It's in the background, as you can see, and that's Castle of the Living Dead. This is a black and white one as well. This has Christopher Lee as the Count, and he's really young, and you pretty much got like you got a young Donald Sutherland in this as well. I don't know if it was his debut acting, but he's an officer in this, like the law back then. But this is another one where you have like this they're kind of like a circus act or entertainment act, and they're a group, and they end up going to this castle, and you got Christopher Lee playing the Count, which he plays a lot in these films, and he looks like undead, and he has this like servant that's real menacing, and he looks like evil as well, and they're lured into this and pretty much start getting picked off one by one, this act. And then you got the main hero and the final girl. It leads real to some real bizarre situations, some pretty good action sequences, and as well as like deaths, man. You have like poisonous deaths and stuff like that. It's just, and then you got a real menacing Christopher Lee as a Count. He's turning these he's obsessed with like turning animals to like statues. He has this potion, and he goes mad, like mad scientist, and starts to turn the people into it. And it's just pretty much, can these people escape his kind of like, how could I put it? They escape his area before he murders them all. And I really got into this one. I thought it was done well. There's also a little guy in this character that I was rooting for through the whole film. He's only like the only smart one throughout this film. And it's like telling him, don't go to this castle, it's evil. This whole area is evil. And they just don't listen to him, of course, in every horror film. And he could have probably saved their lives. Well, some of their lives, minor spoiler alert, if they would just listen to this guy, man. So I'm rooting for him. He's kind of like the hero, unsung hero in this film. But yeah, this one was a blast. I really enjoyed this one. It's Castle of the Living Dead. So those are the films I got. I went from 6 through 1 there, guys. And I'm pretty much gonna give you my thoughts on this awesome set. If you're a Christopher Lee fan, I would recommend this. I know this has gotten mixed reviews. It's a love or hate with this. Me personally, I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to dig into volume 2. So I'm gonna give it the Cult Flicks Fix thumbs up. Very worth a pickup, guys. This is the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee volume 1. I look forward to volume 2. Look out for that video coming soon, which I will watch the films and give you guys my brief thoughts and rankings as well. Hope everyone's having a great weekend out there. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. This is Cult Flicks Fix 24. Hit a like, comment, subscribe. Take care, everybody. Peace.